planning to send an email to someone, there are two times when you need to think the reason for sending that, which is the why of an email. First, when you are actually sending the email, because you need to mention in that email why this email. And second, even before you decided to send that email. And both are important. Do you want to know why? Let's get started. Welcome to Grow with Girija, where we learn about public speaking, communication, and life. The four W's of an email are why, what, who, and by when. And today we are going to talk about the first W, which is why. Even before you plan to send an email, don't you need to think, why am I sending that email? Probably you don't need that email. You might call for a meeting, you might call that person directly, or you might message them to get the same information. So, first time you need to think if you need to send the email or the why of email even before sending it. And if you have decided that you definitely need to send an email, it is time to write down that why of that email in the body of the email. Let me explain. If someone asks you to do something, what is the first question which comes into your head? Why should I do it? An email is no different. An email is like a talk, which is not verbal, but when you receive an email and when you read it, aren't the words running in your head as if somebody is talking to you? And that is why, for you to increase the chances of people taking action on your email, you need to give them a reason, because people need reason to take action. Now let's talk about the interesting part. The reason or why of an email can have multiple answers. So which one should you mention? Take for example, you plan to send an email to your team for completing a IT security training. You could give multiple reasons. For example, first, you could say this is a mandatory training and not completing it on time will make you non-compliant. Or second, the reason could be, you could say this training is designed for us to understand the latest IT security concepts, and finishing it on time will make sure that we keep our company as well as our customers safe. Are there differences between these two reasons? Definitely there are. The first one, where we have told our audience that if you don't take action, you will become non-compliant. It's a low-level reason, or I would call it a transactional reason. Whereas in the second email, where we tell our audience that by completing this training, we help our clients and company become more secure, it's a reason related to our values or a high level reason. And people connect better with this high level reasoning because it is related to their values, safety and security in this example. Not always you need to have the high level reason mentioned in your email. Some transactional communications will require transactional reason to be given. So be prudent in which one you use. The important thing to note that your email must mention why this email, because only then you have better chances of getting a response or action from your audience. One more thing. Do you know what is a context? For email or communication, a context is the history of the information which is relevant for your audience to know. And so many times we forget to give that context while writing that email. I once had a manager whom I used to approach whenever there was an issue in the project, and I used to start explaining to her what was going wrong, and she used to ask me to stop, and she used to say this, give me the context first. And while writing that email mentioning about the why, you need to give the context, because people are not mind readers. They need to know what has happened before for them to understand this communication better. To summarize, before sending the email, decide if this email is needed, and if yes, include the context of that communication. And most importantly, Include the high level or low level reason depending on the context, which is either the value based reason or transactional. Finally, be truthful and transparent, and there are high chances that your audience will take this email as important and take the action. If you like this video, like it, share it with others who can benefit from this message. Subscribe to my channel to support it. I will see you in another video of Grow with Girija. Till then, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing because change is inevitable, but growth is optional.